Guess what, fellas? The boys are buzzing because hockey is back. Want to know what else is buzzing up, dog?
Some bumblebees in your underwear.
The Lawnmower 4.0 from our buddies at Manscaped.
They are global leaders in male grooming, trusted by over 2 million men worldwide and women. I know that for a fact. Don't get chirped this year for having Jumbo Joe Bush below the waist. Join the Manscaped movement, Obes and fellas of all kinds, for all your hairiest grooming needs.
You got to hope that Jumbo Joe doesn't have the beard down below like he does up top.
Oh.
But get 20% off and free shipping with the code curfew at
manscaped.com. Obes, I got to tell you, I'm in love with Performance Package 4.0. It's a lawnmower, trimmer, weed whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer formulations. Some gifts in the package too, and it's a perfect package to put you on the defense, my man.
Up, dog. I love the 4.0 lawnmower trimmer. I got two of them, one for my face and one for my balls. The opening face-off in the Battle of the Bush is the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer versus your pubes.
I wonder what's the line on that. We got to get the line on that. The 4.0 Obes is 7,000 RPM motor. A new multifunction on and off switch can engage a travel lock. That's so you don't get that thing buzzing, ruining the battery in your bathroom bag. Gives you the ability to turn the 4,000K LED spotlight on just to see if you're missing any stragglers, and off to when you need a more precise shave. Did I mention the trimmer's waterproof, fella?
Oh, do I ever? I know it's waterproof, up, dog. I use it in the shower all the time. Don't take a penalty below the waist. Playoff beards are meant for your face, not your pants.
That is fucking very true. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code curfew at manscaped.com. That's 20% off, free shipping at manscaped.com. Obi, what code we using?
Curfew, up, dog.
Don't get denied pipe this season and shave your pants pucks with the right tools for the job, because you want to be ready to rock.
Manscaped.com, promo code curfew. Up, Dizzle. Our great friends at Oura Ring. We talked about Ryder Cup this week. The old recap. I would have loved to have seen some of those boys Oura Ring recovery after 3 days of golfing. And you know, DJ and the boys were getting after it. I wish I could see their Oura Ring recovery stats.
Well, you're right. And Oura Ring is super precise technology, a wearable technology, Obes, that really can let you dive into how your body's reacting from the craziness that you either bring to the table, or you know, in most people's cases, learning how to get quality sleep, quality rest to feel optimal throughout the day. Oura Ring combines advanced sensor technology and a minimal design with an easy-to-use mobile app that I check almost every morning, fella, to deliver precise, personalized health insights straight from the reliable source, which is our bodies, Obes. Because there's nothing better than waking up and feeling great. And knowing that, you know what, I've put together 4 or 5 days of quality sleep. My body feels absolutely optimal. That'll be given in a reading in the morning. And that you can bring the heat. And you know what bringing the heat's all about.
I used to bring it, yeah. I
used to bring it. So it's all about bringing the heat with Oura Ring. If you've ever seen, Oura Ring, you follow them on Instagram. They've had celebrities. Jennifer Aniston was on a talk show the other night, showing off her ring, showing how much sleep she's got, throwing a little competition out with Kim Kardashian, all the high quality celebs. But we're all part of the same circle, from pro athletes optimizing performance to those striving to improve personal well-being. Oura Ring is built for everybody, our fans here, especially at Missin Curfew. So tune in now, be part of the community, and it's trusted by the pros and it's won by everybody. So let's jump in on quality sleep and health, Obes, and optimize living.
Absolutely. Oura Ring, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a fresh new episode of Missin Curfew. I'm Shane O'Brien.
And I'm Scotty Upshaw.
And our boy, as always, Broadway Jimmy Scoops Hayes, looking down on the boys. And we are not coming to you live from Hall Pass Media in beautiful Newport Beach, because up, dog, the boys at Missin Curfew have found themselves in COVID protocol.
We sure have, Obi. It's amateur hour. This is not even National League. This is not AHL. I don't even know if you can consider this the West Coast Hockey League right now. This is some sort of special protocol we're in here today. There's got to be these false positives. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I don't know. We were, we don't know. We were just near some people that, we're doing the right thing here. We don't have it, but we don't know. We're doing the old, what's it called? If you're
the old shimmy shammy.
The shimmy shammy. So out of respect to everyone, I'm locked down. You're at fucking loopholes away from your beautiful baby and your beautiful wife, but we're just being safety first. But I must say, Uppy, this is not the same as snapping it with you in the studio. This is a little bit. I mean, you look good though. The hair's good. You got a good backdrop. You're looking still nationally.
Yeah, I feel good. I got the Grove 23 sweatshirt on. I grabbed a couple pieces. I snuck over here last night. I cooked myself a nice dinner. Had some wine. Watched some hockey. It was a big day. It was a big Tuesday night in the NHL and across North America, especially down here in the US. ESPN live coming at you, which was it's nice to see old Bucci Gross out there. Big fan of the Missin Curfew podcast. But it was nice to get hockey back, Obes. I know me and you were on the couch, along with probably a lot of people out there watching some hockey. It was nice to get that back.
Yeah, and we're going to dive into all ESPN stuff in our rundown here, Updog. But for us, I think it's just a life lesson here. I mean, I knew this, but 3 music festivals, 3 weeks in a row with travel and a lot of booze. I'm not shocked that I got a little bit of a head cold today. But anyways, Updog, I'm glad we're doing this. Let's start off with something that, is amazing and touched us both, obviously. It was the running of the Boston Marathon. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but a lot of Broadway's friends went out and ran for him, had the Jimmy Hayes logo with the shamrock or the clover on the back. And Updog, the Boston Marathon is 26.2 miles. As much as I miss and love the Broadway Jimmy Scoops, I don't think I would have had the 26.2 in me. Scoopsy would have had to pick me up and carry me over the fucking finish line. But man, I text Kristen. I know it touched you and touched me. That's just an honor. And what a great job by those people, Updog.
Yeah, it sure is, Obi. I mean, the Boston Marathon, it goes back so much, such a great tradition there. And, what happened, probably 10 years ago in Boston really, with the marathon really brought people together. It was a very, very unfortunate circumstance, with the bombing and the way the city came together around the Bruins and the Red Sox and then, the New England Patriots and the Celtics. I mean, all the sports franchises really stepped up and showed their appreciation to such a great event. And now, this year and what we went through the last couple months, it was nice for the city of Boston to have something, hashtag Be Like Jimmy was a shirt that was worn amongst, a lot of our friends out in Boston who participated in it. And just such a great event. And you're talking about 26 miles. You're a swimmer now, so you're probably more on that triathlon type of event and competition. I'm a guy, this long distance stuff, I can't tell you how much it kills me. I can't, it's a mental thing. It's in my lungs. It's a punishment. If I start thinking about something over like a 30-minute exercise, it is not up my alley, my friend.
Hey, how long do you think it would take us to walk it? 26 miles, like all day?
Yeah, I think walking it would be probably like the 10, 11 hour range. So you'd have to walk it and hit In-N-Out Burger a few times on the way, maybe a Buc-ee's, get a Starbucks, a little almond milk latte. And then, of course, in Boston, you're going to stop off at a nice little Irish pub and listen to some tunes and drink a couple of beers. And
that's what I was thinking.
So I participated once in actually, I'm lying now. I didn't participate in it. I was just there. It was Lululemon Seaweeds. It was basically a 10 mile or a 10 kilometer, sorry. So not even close to 26 miles.
No.
A 10 kilometer, buddy. And I couldn't even think about doing that. And that took people, that was a good 2-hour run. But along the way, you get to stop and they had like cool little events. There'd be a stretching event, even a place where if your hammies got tight, they get the elbow in there and work it out. But, just to see the way people gear up and train for these marathons and the sense of satisfaction and accomplishment after you can, complete it. I think that this got to be, something you got to put on your on your mantle, because it's pretty impressive for all those people out there who finished that 26-mile marathon. Man, hats off to you. Congrats. That's an absolute accomplishment.
Yeah. And I saw Kristen, I was texting with her when she was going to it. She had a cool Broadway hat on. And I said, have fun today. We're thinking about you. She's like, I got Broadway with me. And she sent a picture of the hat on. She looked beautiful, of course, with the Broadway hat. So, and then you wanted to bring up Mark Fain and his beautiful wife. They did a cool tribute for
Tricia
Hazy.
and Mark Fain, congrats to you guys. I know you probably kept this, under wraps for quite some time, but I read a post on Tricia's Instagram that said, we told Jimmy the Friday before he passed that we were having a baby, and he was so thrilled. So a baby girl, coming for Mark and Tricia. I think that's amazing as a girl dad right now. I think it's the coolest thing ever. So it'll be their second kid. Jimmy's proud, and we're all proud over here on the West Coast to you guys. So I can't wait to meet your little girl when she comes.
Yeah, it was cool too. They let all the balloons go, the pink balloons, and let them go up to the sky to old Broadway Jimmy Scoops. And speaking of Scoopsy, he's looking down on the fucking Boston Red Sox. I can tell you that, because I wish I would have bet them to win the series. Fenway was rocking, so I think Broadway had a little bit to do with that. So anyway, so those people, classy play, 26.2 miles is fucking insane.
It's absolutely insane. Yeah,
that's insane. So
totally.
Congratulations to them. Broadway, we still miss you every day. We love you, buddy. Up Dizzle, you fucking dialed us in at fucking Driftwood downtown to watch Fury and Wilder from the rooftop, man. This fight, I'm telling you, I wanted to take Fury, and the odds were crazy, and everybody was on Wilder, so I jumped on board, but I still in my heart thought Fury was going to win it. But these two men battling up, we were all just sitting around there. Like, you got to give Wilder the utmost credit, man. To stay in there for 11 rounds after taking those punches. Like, the people we were watching with, everyone was just blown away. Best heavyweight tilt I've ever seen, I think.
It was amazing, man. The trilogy of of heavyweight boxing in our last 4 or 5 years. Obi, Driftwood, Austin. Shout out to you guys and Discovery. Thanks for everything. Andrew McGinnis, Brendan Morrow. We had some beers with Brendan Morrow, who's a legend. I got to know him the last few years playing golf with him and working with him. He's one of a kind. So, they hosted our group on the rooftop, and we absolutely shredded it. I had my money on over 7, and it did not look good early, buddy. It did not look good. 4 knockdowns in the first 6 rounds, Obes. And these guys were hammer smashing each other's face. I mean, for Fury to have so much advantage in a weight class, I think he's 40 or 45 pounds heavier than Wilder. It's nuts just to see these guys take those blow after blow, and then for a finish like it was a true heavyweight bout, one that I'll always remember this as one. As fights go on, you're kind of like, oh, that was a good fight. This was like 1A. This was like 1A for the group of people we were around, for the atmosphere we were at. Coming from Rufus del Sol to watch that fight was badass. So, shout out to those guys. I don't know, man. That Wilder's face got to be.
I don't know. I don't know whose head hurt more Sunday morning, Wilder's head or mine, because I woke up fucking Sunday morning in Austin and I was hurting. Like, someone hit me, hacksaw Jim Duggan with the fucking 2x4 right here. But that Wilder, I'm telling you, Sunday morning, his head would have been bubblicious. But the thing I love about Fury, up dog, he's such a character. Like, after the fight, he sings to the crowd in Vegas, goes out and parties with Steve Aoki. Like, this guy, everything he's been through. We talked about mental toughness last weekend, or last week on the pod. This guy's been through it all. He was fucking almost 400 pounds. He's come back. To both those warriors, unbelievable. And to Driftwood and Austin, thanks for having the boys, because that was a National League setup, Ups.
Yeah, it sure was. It sure was. And you know what? I don't know if they'll ever fight again, Obi, but that was a tilt for the ages. And to hear Fury, the way he's going to go about his next couple of years. I read a quote where he's like, you know what? I'm going to win this fight. I'm going to get super fucking drunk, and then I'm going to win 2 more fights, and then I'm going to go on a bender for 2 years, and then I'm going to come back and do it all over again. Like, this guy wears his heart on his sleeve, and he is an absolute animal, Obi. So it'll be interesting to see where this guy goes from here. And I still think he's got it for his age and for his size. Like, he still moves pretty good in that ring, man, and he can take a punch and give it.
He moves like a fucking middleweight in there, and he's a heavy. Listen, I'll give Wilder credit. He made adjustments with the jab early in the fight. I was like, fuck, he's going to the body. But then Fury just took over. So I don't know who Tyson Fury fights next, but boxing sometimes gets a bad, I'm been more of a UFC guy, but that was why heavyweight spectacles are unbelievable up dog. And it was great taking it with you, Loops, Morrow, up Mac L, Cody, K-Wash. It was sick. So our next segment is presented by our good friends at GoodLife Up Dog. For all you people out there, it's fall. They got some sick stuff on their website. Go check it out. NFL fantasies and picks. First of all, Up Dog, I got to pump my own tires. I'm off the schneid. I beat Lupul. It took a fucking 44 point performance from Lamar Jackson on Monday night, and it took Lupul's nerdy kicker. I don't even know what his name is, but that is the nerdiest kicker I've ever seen to miss one. So I got one done. How was your fantasy? Did Fuck Machine get her done this week?
Fuck Hot Machine. Oh
yeah,
we did get it done. I had the Fact Daddies, my opponent. I went for 169 points, buddy. My high of the weekend was my boy Allen. 36 points again. This guy's an absolute beast. I mean, the Buffalo Bills are just slinging it. I had Mark Andrews, a guy that Lamar Jackson was throwing to. I had him go for 36 points. Evans, T. Brady. I mean, Brady had 5 touchdowns this weekend. Evans went for 26 points. But my only downfall was my running back, Saquon Barkley.
Fuck.
Stepped on a foot. I mean, you get on that plane on Sunday and you're like, up dog, you won't believe it. But Barkley just had the most innocent, stepped on this guy's foot, twisted his ankle. I saw a picture of it after. It looked like he had a fucking goose egg right in there, size of a softball. So I hope he gets back. I know he's had a tough summer coming back from ACL injury. I know what that's all about. And he's my starting running back who was just starting to get going. So I got fucking Flowers this weekend, and I think Flowers is 4-1. So I'm looking to bring the heat. I'm gonna bring the heat.
I think I got Flowers. You got?
Oh, maybe someone's name is Flowers then. Let's see. No, this matchup I got. Come on, there. Okay, so come on there.
You got Schwartzy.
Schwartzy. Oh, I can't wait. After watching him play last night, I can't wait to get.
By the way, Schwartzy was fucking buzzing last night. We're gonna get into the game. He was buzzing.
He's the little water bug, but I tell you, he's the guy you want on your squad, which is why Seattle grabbed him. And yes, we will get into this.
Hey, Uppy, and those Seattle white jerseys, they were looking unbelievable out there.
They do the old spider monkey.
I want to talk the Buffalo Bills and that Josh Allen, man. You called it from right off the get-go. For them to go into Kansas City and shout out to their defense, but fuck, man, he's got swag and his ability to run with the ball. And man, you were right about these guys. I was big on Buffalo to start the season, but I didn't know they were this good. And this Allen has so much swag. He fucks up, dog.
Yeah, he sure does, Obi. They're at Tennessee this weekend. If you're playing fantasy sports right now on DraftKings, you must put him in. He is feeling it. 240 pounds, Obi. This guy runs like a fucking running back. You see him jump over the guy too, doing the fucking old how's she going?
That was sick.
He slings it. He knows when to slide. He fucking knows how to take a hit. He gives hits, and he just does it with such a demeanor on his face. He's a competitor. He wants to win. He's got attitude, and he's got guys to throw to. And then I love their D. I mean, their team is built. They just went in and manhandled, manhandled the Chiefs in fucking Kansas City. I mean, on a Sunday night football game. Those are big moments. And for him, it's stepping up. The graph of his play has continually just started rising the last couple of years. And for you fantasy sports guys out there, I mean, he was my number 1 pick. I took him fucking 8th overall, and I am fucking happy I did it.
Yeah, what a pick. And to Bills Mafia, you guys deserve it. You've been waiting forever. And for Kevin Adams, you're fucking lucky the Bills are good, because nobody gives a fuck about the Sabres and how you're butchering Jack Eichel and the whole fucking squad there. So, Bills Mafia, up dog. Maybe we go to a game. I don't know. Buffalo's far from us. It's far, but I don't know. We're going to be in New York.
I never thought I'd say I'd go to Buffalo, but I would.
We're going to be in New York in November. Maybe we check the schedule. But anyways, that was NFL Fantasy and Picks, brought to you by our good friends at GoodLife. Go check it out. Up dog, I'm due for some new gear, especially for our New York trip. So obviously Uppy last night, ESPN hockey back on it. They did a great thing with the intro music. It gave me goosebumps. But first of all, let's talk about Austin Matthews on the cover of ESPN magazine. Uppy, me and you are big supporters of these guys, style and being able to say what they want to say and wear what they want to wear. Now, you're more fashionable than me, and I love Austin Matthews, man. I love everything about him. He's got swag. I don't know about the outfit he wore on the cover of the fucking magazine. Up, dog, help me out here. I know I'm a black tee, fucking leather jacket type of guy, but what did you think about that outfit? Was it National League?
I thought it was National League. I mean, the white puck, white stick.
I knew you would like it.
With the Air Jordans and the Nike, the Nike shirt. And, I got to give him credit, though. So for my birthday, which was last week, Christina came home and I got 2 fanny packs, one navy blue, one black. She's like, I didn't know which ones you'd want, but, we're going to a music festival.
You're
so
like
I thought this would work. No, so I take them both. Well, how am I supposed to decide? So I take them both. And, I wear the navy blue one and I show up, and of course, Mac L's like, oh, you're going Austin Matthews style with the fanny pack. And I'm like, fuck, he does do that, doesn't he? And he goes, yeah, but you got to wear it like this, like across with the strap, like right here, right across the chest. So I'm like, all right. Yeah. All right. And then sure enough, I see pics of Austin Matthews the last couple of days and he's got the fanny pack. He's got the fanny pack on going into UFC fights with our boy Freddie Anderson and Biebs, and the kid just has it. He wears hats. Maybe his hair is not perfect, so he's wearing a lot of hats, but he's got the baggy tees that work. He's got the shorts. I can't wait to see what this guy chooses to wear this year. Now that everyone's kind of watching his style and his gear, I can't wait to see some of the new stuff he pulls together. But it's great for the game, Obes. It's great for hockey. It's great for young kids. It's great for these brands. It's great for his brand. So, congrats to him. And fucking, that's a big spot on the cover of ESPN magazine, I tell you.
Yeah, it's great for hockey, and that kid's got swag and style. And Updog, who else I saw with the fanny pack across the fucking chest? That style was the old veteran Jumbo Joe at McGregor Poirier 2. He was there with Matthews, but he had the fanny pack across the fucking chest. So maybe that is the look. If Jumbo's doing it and Matthews is doing it, I mean, I don't think I can get a fanny pack to go around me that way. So I think I'm in one when it comes to that, Updog.
What would you put in the fanny pack, fella?
Cannadips, for sure.
That's right. Weed pen.
Weed pen for sure.
Maybe a pack of cards, deck of cards in case you want to get the fucking poker game going.
Maybe keep some hair product in there for when my hair gets all fucked up, so I can, especially at a festival, hey, maybe fix it back up for the after shaker.
Maybe pen and paper in case you get a good girl's number the old school way.
Imagine doing that. Pulling her out.
Wait a second here, just zip.
Let me get it. Yeah, so I thought I knew you would like the outfit because it was loud colors, and for me, I'm not so much into that, and I don't know about the bucket hat he was rocking, but it's great for the game. He is, like you said, Uppy. He's everything that's good about hockey. The way he plays, the way he carries himself off the ice. I think he's just slaying it with the girls too. So it's unbelievable for him. So anytime hockey's on the front of the cover of ESPN, I was fired up. Which brings us into hockey's back, Uppy. I'll let you go first. What were your first thoughts in seeing it? What would you think of it?
Well, I love the intro. ESPN. Fucking A. You did a great job with the intro. The old song, Obi, having Sid the Kid, Ovechkin, Kane. It was just nice to just see these kids that were, a little bit younger than me, but now carrying the torch into like another, decade of hockey. And hockey being on ESPN is going to, change the way viewership is the reach. It's going to change what kids have it on in their homes, and what bars in Australia like you and Loops are going to be able to watch the game instead of having to watch it on Versus. Yeah, it was done so well. And for me, watching the first game, seeing the banner get raised, seeing our boy like Patty Maroon lift that, you put the ring on and see the banner go up for the third, his third straight time, and see the fans in Tampa just, the last time they were watching live hockey, they watched their team lift the cup. So it's always a special day when, guys get back on the ice, the nerves, waiting for that first shift, looking across at your teammate in the dressing room, getting ready, getting all fired up, getting your name called to skate across the ice on the blue line. And there's so many things about opening night that are really, really exciting for not only, the fans and the watcher on our couch here in Newport Beach, But for the players, for the trainers, for the wives, it's a start of another new season with a clean slate. Everyone, it's the only time of the year, Obi, that a guy like Shane O'Brien can be tied with Sidney Crosby in points. It's really the only time. It's the only time of the year this could possibly happen. So it's such a great time, and not a great effort by Tampa. Yeah, not a great effort. I took them as you did.
We'll get into that.
Not a perfect effort, but it was nice, man. The sound, the look on TV, seeing the guys on the panel, and it's just nice to be back and watch it. What did you think, Phil?
Yeah, I thought it was just a little bit better. Everything was a little bit better than NHL and NBC. I thought the camera angles were better. John Buccigross, I mean, he called a fucking unbelievable game between Vegas and Seattle. I thought he was on point. I thought he had funny things to say. He used some words that we use in the dressing room. He used some hockey lingo that I think is very important when you call a hockey game. I thought he absolutely killed it. I can't wait to watch him or listen to him all year long. I think he's only going to get better, and he's just a pro. I was like, this guy's a pro. I'm enjoying it. I didn't have to hear Pierre Maguire. No disrespect to Pierre. I love you deep down, buddy, but I was like, fuck, it's nice not to hear him. I'm going to give some love to your boy, Ray Ferraro, Chicken Parm. He called a nice game between Tampa and Pitt. I just thought, Uppy, the camera angles were better. It looked better. It was just better because it's ESPN, and that's what me and you were excited about. For the boys on the panel, Mess and Jelly, fuck, you're Hall of Famers, but I thought Mess, and listen, I'm not saying it's easy, Uppy. Like, we got tonight, we're recording this on Wednesday. Tonight's the first night NHL and TNT, and you heard Biz talking. He's excited and nervous. Like, I'm not saying it's easy, but I think there's room for improvement with Mess and Chelly. Chelly's tan looked unbelievable, but once those guys I just want to see Mess just fucking take a breather. Just be yourself. Let's just go out there and talk, which is easier said than done. But other than that, Uppy, I thought it was amazing, and I'm fired up to see the NHL on TNT tonight.
Yeah, it was a great start. It was a great start to the season, and you know what? I want to put some credit in Brian Boyle's hands. I love a guy coming off of PTO. I thought he played great. Pittsburgh's, slim up the middle to start the season off. He gets a PTO. He scores a great goal. And to touch on the camera angles, the goal he scored, there's an incredible camera angle from this new ESPN camera that kind of comes above the penalty box and goes all the way across the ice. You must know know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I've never really seen that camera angle before. I thought it was done perfectly. There's great replays through it. I think a fan really can see the puck move better from that sort of camera angle. And to me, Buccigross, you said he called a great game, and there was a quote after the game saying, that the Vegas Golden Knights T-Mobile Arena has got to be the best nightclub, in the country, because it really is.
They asked like 20 players, what's the best barn in the NHL? And they all said Vegas. And Nathan McKinnon had the best answer. He's like, it's like you're playing hockey at a nightclub, which is what I feel when I went and watched the playoff game. I'm like, dog, this is like playing at fucking excess here right now. This place is going off.
You wouldn't leave. Until they kicked you out.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Hey, but then he also talked about this, and it was interesting because the fans in Vegas, they're up 3-0, right? They're up 3-0, lots to cheer about. But he's like, but it was kind of like they got into these moments where they weren't on their feet so much. And the Vegas Golden Knights are built right now with Ryan Reeves and a lot of scrums and getting in their face, and a lot of big hits, which, they might have played like that the last couple of years. They've kind of changed the way their game was. There was a lot of it was a puck possession game. There was some turnovers. There was a lot of odd man rushes. But, finding energy in these games is going to be crucial. I think that's still, something that teams always need to address. Got to be physical. Physical works. You got to have your guys that go out down the stretch in the third period when Seattle came back. I thought what really got Vegas going was block shots. Petro had a couple. McNabb had a couple that Seattle could have won that game. They came back and played extremely well to make it 3-3. And if it wasn't for some big key saves and some block shots, man, Vegas could have lost that game, and that would have stung me in my bookies, eyes, big time.
It would have been a tough start to the fucking game. Just the one last thing to close on ESPN. They had this cool segment during the Vegas and Seattle game called The Rush, where Butcher Gross, is it Butcher Gross or Butcher Grass?
I think it's Butcher Grass.
Butcher Gross, Butcher Grass.
Grass.
We'll call him Bucci. Bucci, man. That's his fucking Instagram. Bucci, you're a beauty. Anyways, he goes, now we're going to do this thing called The Rush. And like literally the camera sinks in, Uppy, and he goes away. And it's literally just, you feel like you're sitting on top of the ice and the fucking game is going. And you can see how fast it was. These are the ideas that hockey needs, man. Like that little thing there to me, I was like, it's not a big thing. But I'm like, fuck, this is cool. It gives the average fan a chance to realize how fast this shit's moving out there. You can hear guys talking, hey, heads up, D. And it was fucking buzzing up. And as an ex-player, I was watching it like, man, those boys are flying out there. So to ESPN, man, congratulations. That's all good stuff. Mess and Chelly, you guys are Hall of Famers, beauties. I'm not saying. We want the real Chelly and Mess. That's all I'm saying. Pretend we're in the locker room. Bring us in there. Who gives a fuck what people say about you? We want the real Mess and Chelly. So on the games, Uppy, real quick, Tampa, holy fuck, they were moving like me out there. I thought, I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Like, I get it. You just won back-to-back Stanley Cups. I guess I forgot, Uppy, how short of an offseason they had. Maybe they're just not quite – they looked fucking terrible. The worst I've ever seen them look. I don't know. But they're two-time Stanley Cup champs. To Pitt, listen, we're going to do our preview show here coming up. And listen, if we would have done this yesterday before the season started – My let's just say Pittsburgh went up in my books. You had Malkin and Crosby back to that lineup with Gensel and Austin Reese or whatever that kid's name is. They got something going there. And for Vegas and Seattle, like you said, Seattle impressed me a lot. Schwartzy played unbelievable. Tanev was great. What's the kid's name, Uppy? Gerby or Gerke? The guy that went short side titty and snipe?
He looks like Raquel out there. He plays a great game.
Man,
I love the way he controlled the puck. He wanted the puck on his stick in the third period. That is not common for a young player.
No.
And I mean, he came in the shot like he has deception, moving his head left and right, watching the middle of the ice, and then he creates like an opening, shoots one up on Leonard's glove. I mean, a good player. So this is sort of the thing, though, right? Like Vegas did this when picking their team, 4 years ago. Couple no-name guys. Yes, they got lucky getting Riley and Marchessault from Vegas or from Florida as favors, but they've assembled a team that each guy has their place on that team. So it's going to be interesting. But I love the way that their D moved the puck well. I thought
good.
Larson played well. Alexiak played great. And then Giano. Great captain. Anytime you pick up a captain of a team and put him right in your lineup to play, 25 minutes, it's it's a good pickup for them. So, a great job. I thought their goalie played well. Grubauer played a good game. It took him a little bit to get in there, but he played good.
I had flashbacks of Game 6 against fucking Vegas, Colorado with Grubauer in at the start of the game. I'm like, oh, here we go again. This fucking guy doesn't like playing T-Mobile. Morgan Geek. How do I say this up? Geeky? That's his name.
Geeky.
He's from.
Where's Printzy when you need him?
He's from Strathclair, Manitoba. 23 years old. Fuck up, dog. He played for the Tri-City Americans. Anyways, this fucking kid, his skill is so nasty. And Hackstall, their coach, I guess, said after camp, what kid impressed you the most? And this was the kid. He said his skill, and man, that goalie scored in the third or the second period.
Second.
There's not many guys in the National League that can fucking rip her short side titty like that. So I was like, when that puck went in, I was like, okay. And you make a great point. That's why you never know with these teams, right? With Vegas, and like if this kid steps up and they get Yanni Gord back, and I was impressed with Schwartzy. They're going to be a tougher team than I thought up, dog. So it was great for ESPN. Great opening night. Besides Tampa fucked me on the money line, but Stammer, Big Rig, that's okay. I know you guys will make it up to me. So ESPN, it's awesome, Uppy. I think the NHL's in a great spot. Can't wait for TNT tonight. Our next segment brought to you by our good friends at Cannadips. I got one in here. Fuck, I wish I was in the studio with you. This sucks. This sucks.
Cannadips, baby. I'd be having one of those right from you right now.
I know. Fuck. The only thing I'm good is I got a pisser right here, Uppy, if I got to go. Look at this. I can get right in here, buddy. Didn't miss a shift. Paydays. Updog, Barkov, 8 years, 80 bananas. I think he's the most underrated player in the league. I think it's a great sign for both sides. I know you agree. Just a great leader and just so underrated, man.
Yeah, I don't think underrated is the right word. I think it's underwatched.
Yeah.
Because
he's coming, though.
Rated high. He just doesn't get fucking any games seen on TV. No one gets to watch this kid on a daily basis. You know, because you've seen him in practice come in and toe drag you a few times or beat you out of the corner to the net. Some of the stuff this guy does with the puck at speeds, at full speed are up with, the Dreisaitl's and McDavids of the world, Obi. And, there's not many guys in the league that you'd want to build your team around for A, age, B, size and strength, C, centerman, maybe a good solid D-man that size is what you try to build around too. But this guy does it all. He's a great two-way guy. He does all the right things. Cares about his teammates, takes care of his body a little better than you and me. And, is just a good kid. He's a good, solid
great guy.
Kid. Used to have a smoking hot girlfriend. I don't know if he's single anymore or not, but this guy.
Not for long after not long after 80 million. He won't have a hard time finding a date. I can fucking tell you that. Especially in South Florida. There'll be some fucking there'll be some Russian broads around being like, hey, Barkey, although he's Finnish, so I don't know. But
hey, they got some fucking talent down there, I tell you. They're a team
we gotta
to watch
go.
out
Hey,
for. We're gonna get into it.
We gotta go to South Florida. We gotta go down there. Weegsy's texting me. Weegsy's saying we can both stay at his house. I said, fuck, how much money you making? How big of a place you get? You want me and the Updog to come in there and stay with you? You'll be minus.
Yeah, we can't do that. He'll get shit. It'll be healthy scratch.
I go, Weegsy, you'll be -4 that weekend if me and Uppy stay with you 100%. But, you're a more of a alum than me, but I mean, we got to get down there and watch those guys play and maybe have a night in Miami because I've never had too many of those either. So, Barkey and to the Florida staff, ownership, congratulations. That's a great deal. Florida Panthers fans, it's going to be a big year for you guys. You got your captain locked up. Updog, Nick Suzuki, 8 years, 63 bananas. They went to the Stanley Cup final last year. This will be his third year in the league, I believe. What are your thoughts on this one, fella?
I think that Suzuki is a great pickup. I think that he's not a great pickup. I think he's a great signing. Both reasons being he's a guy they're going to build their team around. Same with Barkov. He hasn't played basically a complete season in front of fans. And so you don't know this yet, but they got him in a big trade, Obi. So they gave up a bunch for him. He is a guy that's going to be anything like he did in the playoffs this year, then he's this deal works for both sides. It gets all the ramblings of Montreal and the GM. Is the GM going to finally take care of this deal, or is the player going to hold out for more? It puts it all to rest. And this kid's getting to focus on hockey. You know what it's like playing in Montreal. I mean, Scott Gomez didn't score a goal for over a year, and it was hell for him. So, let's just put all things aside. This kid's going to go out. He's a good young kid. He's going to go out and play hard. With the big paycheck comes a little bit of responsibility. I always say that. And you just, when you think of that name and you think of, playing in such a big city like that, it falls on guys that work hard, that can score, that are good humans, good people, good guys on the team and the community. And to me, Suzuki is that type of kid. And I think it's a great deal, and he is on the pay train right now because that's a lot of cash, fella.
That is some fucking money on the board. Money on the board tonight in Toronto for this fucking guy who I think the Montreal Canadiens win, by the way, because Matthews isn't playing. Listen, you made a lot of money. I made a decent amount of money. We were lucky to play, live our dream. These young kids now, it just seems like this is what happens to them. So for me, he's a great player, right? He had 41 points in 71 games in 1920. He had 41 and 56 last year. He had 16 and 22 in the playoffs. Listen, I think he's a little undersized. I don't know. I guess the game's changing. They got Cole Caulfield, who's a small guy too. I think for me, it's just Bergie saying, here, kid, there's already enough pressure in Montreal. Like you said, here's your fucking 8 years, 63 bananas. Just go out there and play. So I think everything that Montreal's been through in this offseason with Webbs and now Carey, I just think Bergie wanted to get this kid taken care of. So to him, congratulations. Like you said, up dog, a little bit of pressure. And last but not least, in our Cannadips payday, our boy John Cooper. 3-year extension. Last night on the bench, I think he was thinking about that 3-year extension when he had to watch those fucking boys. They were turning the biscuit over like fucking me and you back in the day, up dog. They were just turning it over for fun. I'm like, quit turning it over. Someone dump it in and go get the fucking thing, please. But he's the best coach in hockey right now. Uppy 2-time Stanley Cup champ. And he's going to be the coach of Team Canada at the Olympics. So I'm happy for Coop. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Obes, he's had 2 years winning the Stanley Cup back-to-back. He's got some of the best, weapons in today's game with the goaltending, the defense, Hedman, and then firepower. I mean, they didn't have the firepower last night, but they didn't do things last night, Obi, that won them the championship. They didn't go and dump pucks in when they had nothing left. You're right. They turned pucks over. They didn't shoot the puck. They had power plays. They didn't do anything. A little bit of a Stanley Cup hangover, and shame on us for betting them because we should know what that's like. I mean, we don't because we never won.
Yeah, I just want to say,
know the mentality. But I agree, man. These guys are playing at home with the banner. You're playing Pittsburgh that's banged up, and that's why come out and start like that,
buddy. That's the only reason if it's a normal lineup for Pittsburgh, if even Crosby's in and Gensel are in, or even if Crosby's in, I probably take Pitt because of the NHL hangover that you were just talking about, Uppy. But without Crosby and out Malkin and Gensel and fucking, I was like, buddy, these guys, and all of a sudden fucking it's the Brian Boyle show, and I lost minus 190 to the fucking Tampa Bay Lightning to start off my NHL regular season. So anyways, up dog, congratulations to all those guys that got paid. It sucks that we're not in the studio, but at least we're doing it. And next we got our DraftKings NHL regular season preview show with a little bit of a twist. So we're coming back at you right after this.
It's been a great start to the NFL season, and it's only getting better at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. DraftKings is putting new customers in the center of the action with a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. Get in on the action now. It's simple. Just pick your lineup, stay under the salary cap, and see how your team stacks up against the competition. Feel the NFL action like never before with a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. DraftKings is a safe, secure, and reliable. And the best part is you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings app now and use code CurfewKings. This week, new customers can get a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. Enter code CurfewKings to get a free shot at millions in total prizes with your first deposit. Code CurfewKings only at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner in the NFL. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Up Dizzle.
Fella.
Hockey's around the corner. Summer's, winding down. It was quick. Fall. We need some new gear. It's that time of year. GoodLife, baby.
I'm on the website, Obes, right now, looking at the early fall essentials. And this company, through thick and thin, these guys have been our sponsors and our friends. Good New York brand, just opened up another flagship store in New York City. But get online now, www.goodlifeclothing.com. Look at these new tri-blends. I mean, the guy looks like he fucks on here too. But T-shirt Club, subscribe to the T-shirt Club, get 20% off. For the women out there, for your ladies, you got the new fall arrivals. These girls love this material. Obes, the colors are mint. But you're right. They got a nice little cream pattern coming out right now.
Look at these hoodies, man. Look at these double layer hoodies. You kidding me?
It is mint. So to all our listeners out there, 20% off. Promo code Curfew20. And some great things coming up in the Good Life world. And we'll be excited to share them here in season 2 of Missin Curfew. So
I will be getting the Loop Terry hoodie in double XL, and I'm going track pants too. I will be in New York in November for our boy Chris Shupp is having a little hockey tournament. You will be there with me.
Yes, sir.
I will be going into the Good Life store to witness it. These guys are great. Check it out. Promo code
Curfew20.
Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Up dog. Buddy, it's time. We had NHL hockey last night. We talked about it. Our preview show. We're doing it right now. And listen, we all know what has gone over the last month with losing our brother and teammate Broadway Jimmy Scoops Hayes, and we had a hard time up. We didn't want to replace him, and we wanted to just do it me and you, but Hazy brought so much to the podcast that I guess we thought me and you together couldn't really fill his shoes. Like we were gonna miss him so much when hockey started. So the man, the myth, the legend behind Missin Curfew and the Missin Curfew clips, the glue to Missin Curfew, our boy Printzy has gotten called up and is going to sit in every week with the boys. Probably correct us more than anything else when we fuck up names or stats or who played or who's playing. Printzy, welcome to On Camera, buddy. I know you love Broadway, and this means a lot to you. And you're not replacing them, buddy. You're just stepping in and having some fun with us.
Fellas, it is an honor to be here with you guys finally. I think most fans are starting to realize who the man behind social media is. I've been with you guys for over a year now, so I kind of thought the call up was coming. I think I successfully completed my PTO this past year, and I'm super happy to be here. And I'll be repping Broadway quite a bit throughout my time here.
Broadway is definitely looking down on the Bo Sox. They got something special going on. That
yeah.
Kiki Hernandez, how come the Dodgers didn't resign him? That guy's sick.
Yeah, good question, Opes. Good questions. There's definitely a little bit of angels in the outfield when we're watching these Red Sox games. And so for any of those Jays fans out there, I'm sorry that I'm firing Red Sox clips on our Instagram, but it's for good reason this year.
Hey, Uppy, all I could think about when they were playing Dirty Water after Boston went to the LCS was Scoopsy when he used to say, anytime the Red Sox, it's good for Big Kev. It's good for Big Kev. Ticket sales are through the roof.
It's good for Big Kev. Yeah, you're damn right. So Printzy, your background looks sick. I mean, we touched on this, but you got the new Missin Curfew jersey from Jersey Lab. You got the tarp. We're going to come out with some fresh new tarps. So you're going to be a big help in that. But let's talk about the shave job, bud. You got a nice trimmed up beard here. Playoffs are starting a little early for you for game one.
Yeah, I think this is what I do at the start of the years. I never go full. I've always got a beard, so I think at the start of the season I bring it down a little bit. But as the season progresses, you're gonna see me go full Ryan Ellis. It's gonna go out there. I love the Manscaped you guys were talking about before, but it's no good to me.
Well, fuck, you got to stay warm up there in Alberta in the winters. I've been there for a couple months. Woo!
It's turning, boys. I played golf last weekend, and that's it. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. It's too cold.
Well, Printzy, listen, buddy, you're a big part of the squad. You've been here since day one. Everybody misses Broadway. We were talking about them today in the rundown, what they did for him at the Boston Marathon. It's getting a little bit easier, but still, last night I was sitting on my couch being like, fuck, I would love to text Broadway right now about how bad the fucking Tampa Bay Lightning were playing, because I know he would have been on it with me. So anyways, this is our NHL regular season preview show brought to you by our boys at DraftKings. You can see it up there in the Updogs window. Fucking DraftKings, sick logo. Printzy, you're going to start it off. We're going to do this moving forward where Printzy's going to, part of the podcast is kind of ask us questions, and me and Uppy can kind of sit back and debate them. So Printzy, here we go, baby. What division are the boys diving into first?
We're going to dive into the Pacific Division first, give a little hometown flair. There's some Alberta teams in there. You got me from Calgary. You got Doug from up north. So we're going to dive into the Pacific Division first. You got your Vegas, Edmonton, Calgary, Seattle, Vancouver. Now you got LA, the California teams, San Jose and Anaheim. We'll dive into this. This team's got some meat, or this division's got some meat, but they've got some scoring touch too. So I'm excited to hear what you guys think of the Pacific Division.
Updog, I'm starting you off with a fucking little pizza up the middle right here, fella. I'm going first. I got the Edmonton Oilers winning the Pacific Division, Updog.
The Edmonton Oilers.
Well, how do you feel about that?
How do your Calgary Flame skeletons in the closet feel about that pick? I'd love to look through that Rolodex of yours and hit him up and be like, what do you think of this guy? He's a little traitor. He's going up Highway 2 up there, passing Red Deer and the old Tate right up to Edmonton for this pick here.
Hey, there was 0 O'Brien Calgary Flames jerseys ever sold, and the only one given out, I gave it to Graham Delatte. He was the only one to ever ask for one. I think that's the only 55 Flames jersey that exists. So to the Flames fans, I love Matty Tkachuk, but Updog, I just think, listen, I love the Hyman pickup. And listen, I love the Duncan Keith pickup. I know he's not the Duncan Keith of 3 years ago, but you bring a 3-time Stanley Cup champion in there. that solidifies their back end a little bit more. McDavid's absolutely buzzing. Draisaitl. Listen, I'm not saying they're going to beat Vegas if they played them in a playoff series, because I don't think they would. But in the course of 82 games, when you got McDavid, Draisaitl, the list goes on and on. Their power play is going to be deadly. You saw Vegas's power play last night, Uppy. Still not crispy rice. I just think over the course of 82 games, the Edmonton Oilers edge out the Vegas Golden Knights for the first spot.
I am gonna, I'm gonna take take your criticism there on the Golden Knights. I'm gonna address the Golden Knights here in a second, but the Oilers, for me, Adam Larson was a solid D on the back end. I don't know if they replaced him. I don't know if Duncan Keith is the guy to replace him. He's a left shot. He doesn't play physical. He's inserted into a lineup now and a power play that, obviously has been clipping at some of the best numbers of all time in the NHL. So I see the Oilers strong, but the goaltending to me is still an issue unless they address that at some point in the first, quarter, first half of the year. They're not going to go anywhere in the playoffs to me. Vegas Golden Knights are a built playoff team. I know what you're talking about.
You're right. Season. And you're right, buddy. And you're right. And I think, and listen, I love Mike Smith. I think Kenny Holland will pull the trigger for a goalie at the deadline. I'm not saying they could beat him in a 7-game series, because they couldn't. But I just think over the course of the regular season, I'll be with all the power plays. Although I didn't see one cross-checking penalty last night, which I was like, fuck. I was dying for one of the Tampa game ups. But I don't know. I just feel like when you got the best player on the planet, I don't know, they're going to get it done and win that division. But
yeah, no. But a healthy Las Vegas Golden Knights and having Tuck back in the lineup, having Leonard play. He's going to play 65 games. I think they can address the shooting issue on the power play. And I've always brought this up. Pietrangelo, yes, he got named to the Canadian Olympic team for, him, Sid, and Connor, 3 names to the thing. But he still isn't 1A on your power play. He doesn't shoot the puck properly. He can control the puck, but his passes sometimes are fucking flubby. He is one of the best defensemen in the league, but not on the power play. Their power play is an issue. They will address it. Shoot the puck, get guys in front of the net. It was an issue last year in the playoffs. It might be an issue this year unless they address it. But there's no way there's no way on earth that the Vegas Golden Knights do not win this division. It's a runaway. They're going to be fucking top of the league, 108, 112 points, just fucking humming in there. They'll be able to rest their guys before the playoffs. They will miss Ryan Reeves. We talked about this earlier, Obi, but they're a team that needs to be engaged physically every night to be their best. They can't be turning pucks over all the time. Yes, they have a lot of guys with some dynamic shooting power, some dynamic offensive ability, but they need a physical style of play in order to beat teams up on a daily night. They're built for the playoffs, and that's why I love them. 82-game season's a long year, but these guys have been together for a while now, and quite frankly, they're the team to beat as far as I'm concerned. So,
they are the favorites to win the division. That's for sure. I just think I'm going to go through my top to bottom right now. Obviously I took Edmonton. I got the Vegas Golden Knights coming in second. I got Travis Green and the Vancouver Canucks coming in third. And now this changed for me, boys. This would have been different yesterday had we did our pod on a normal day. After watching Seattle, I got them finishing fourth, Calgary in fifth, Los Angeles sixth, Ducks seventh, Sharks eighth.
I have the Golden Knights. I have the Vancouver Canucks. I have the Edmonton Oilers. 1, 2, 3. Then I have the Calgary Flames, the Seattle Kraken, the LA Kings, and then the poor Anaheim Ducks. Will you ever figure it out down here? I mean, I'm sitting in Newport Beach right now. There's not one person talks about hockey here, for one.
No.
2, their GM, what's he doing? Why is he still here? I would love to know that. Whoever knows that, please tell me. And, the Getzlaf saga, we should get into that eventually, and I think Printzy has that drawn up. But, Getzy is still a tool that can be used on a team. This team, I don't know. This team's going to be toilet bowl this year. Unfortunately, I love Shaddy. I love Zegras. I think he's going to be a good young player. They have no help from veteran guys, and I mean it's going to be It's going to be a minus. The guys wearing the green jacket are going to be stuck in the Anaheim Ducks this year. I 100% guarantee that.
Up dog, it's the California toilet bowl at the bottom of the Pacific. Eh? Who's going to win the toilet bowl? Is it going to be LA, Anaheim, or San Jose? And listen, I love Dallas Aikens. I love them. I hope they prove me wrong. I hope they're the best team in California. I hope they push Calgary and Seattle. I don't know. They got some good young pieces. We'll see what happens. Printzy, who you got in the Pacific, fella?
My Pacific is it's pretty similar. It's a pretty wide open division, you guys. You know, I understand your pick with the Oilers, Obi, but I just can't do it being from Calgary and whatnot. But I am going with the Golden Knights. You know, they looked pretty good last night. I know Seattle kind of creeped up on them, but they're so powerful and they play big. And I do think I was watching a bit last night. Nolan Patrick is probably going to help them out a little bit if he can return to form here. I think he's healthy. I think he's a good young piece for them. I do got the Oilers finishing in second, like McDavid and Draisaitl. That's just too much power. My little worry when they're not finishing in first is when those guys get shut down, is the entire team going to get completely shut down again? That's what we saw in the playoffs. They were contained and they just completely got shut down.
Yeah,
I don't know about.
Did you forget about the regular season when fucking McDavid had 100 points? Forget about the fucking playoffs, you two. The playoffs are 82 games away. I'm talking about regular season hockey with no cross checking. You think McDavid and Draisaitl, the boys, are going to get shut down?
I think when they play Colorado more and when they play Vegas more and they play some of these bigger teams, you know, they kind of feasted on Calgary and they feasted on Vancouver and, you know, a little bit of Montreal when they weren't doing good last year. So I think they're going to have a little bit of more trouble, but they're still going to be a good team. My third pick is going to go completely off the board. And yeah, you know what? I'm a hometowner. I truly believe that the Calgary Flames are going to squeak in somehow. I don't think that they're going to be in a playoff spot
Printzy,
at the Olympic break.
If you're going to do this job, you got to leave your heart at home, buddy. This is a fucking all right. Yeah, you got to leave your heart at home, bud. I mean, come on. The Calgary Flames in third.
I do. I have them not in a wild card. I have them squeaking in. I truly believe that Jacob Markstrom didn't get a fair shot last year. He is an elite goaltender. Elliott had him winning the Vezina in his latest 32 thoughts. So he's an elite goaltender. If he can return to form. Now remember. Yeah, true. Remember when they had a full season, when the last time the NHL played a full season, the Calgary Flames finished atop the West and they had all their four guys rolling. They had Lindholm, they had Monahan, they had Gaudreau, they had Matthew Tkachuk. They don't have Giordano anymore, but all four of those guys were rolling. If those guys can get back to form with the vets they added, I believe that they can squeak in.
Okay, so
what happens if Connor or Leon get hurt and miss?
They're not going to get hurt. They're fucking Superman. They're both Superman.
If they miss fucking 1 month, if one of the guys fucking tweaks his groin or catches chlamydia, then they're fucked.
Did you see McDavid running the hills in Edmonton the other day? He's not getting fucking hurt. He was running through the fucking fescue. I used to lose my ball at Lupul's tournament in. He was running through it, man.
Yeah, he was doing that because he was getting paid to do it. That's why. A little fucking commercial for Rogers. How you doing?
I saw his nice drone they had up, dog.
I'm just saying, like, you know, Printzy touches it. If one of those two, you know, gets, you know, fuck it, if they contain them or they get hurt, it's like, what do they have? Who do they have? I can fucking name four other guys on their fucking roster, you know, up front for those guys. It's not.
I've got to be here cap friendly, bud. Stand by.
They have no cap either. They can't add anybody.
I'll tell you I'll tell you another good move they did. They sent Kyle Turris to the minors. Thank God. That was a good move. That's a move in the right direction. What do you mean no?
Yeah, but Tippett said Tippett's going to play. He says he's going to play first game today.
Because they put Cassian on the injured reserve, so they called him back up.
He did clear waivers, but he's going to play.
I guess he did clear waivers up, dog. I guess he did. Mm-hmm. How many lives does the guy get?
Yeah, he was never a Tippett fan. Tippett was never a Turris fan, and I called that the day that they signed him, you know, last summer. I was like, this is shocking to me. I just don't understand. To fucking Turry, he was our first round pick in Phoenix, and Tip would like scratch him. I'm like, there's no way that this is going to work in Edmonton. Not a chance.
So, and another pickup on the back end for the Oilers I like is Cody Ceci. But listen, you boys are both right. Vegas is the favorite to win it. I'm just uppy. Printzy, I'm praying that McDavid and Draisaitl don't get hurt because if they do, they have no chance.
I don't want them hurt either. I don't want them hurt.
But I
know.
So, Printzy, you got, what are your top three, Printzy, again, real quick? Just
Vegas.
Your whole division. Go.
Vegas, Oilers, and then I have the Flames. I have Vancouver in there as well. Seattle. I do believe it's going to be a 3-horse race between Calgary, Vancouver, and Seattle. It's going to go right down to the wire. And then you got your California teams. I like LA. I like what LA's done, but I don't think they're there yet. I think they will return very soon, though.
Okay. All right, up dog. We got to bet something here. Then Edmonton. What do we want to bet? A dinner. Let's do dinner at Nobu. Winner has to pay for dinner at Nobu.
What?
Well, yeah. Let's have a full on.
Not you, Printzy.
Like,
just,
let's have a full on competition here with like our top 3. Let's see how many.
No. I want to bet. I want to bet you. Edmonton.
You want Vegas versus Edmonton.
I want Edmonton versus Vegas to win the Pacific for dinner at Nobu.
Got it.
Okay, that's a good bet for you. So,
Noted.
Pacific Division, probably the weakest division in hockey, boys. But like Printzy said, there's there'll be some good battles there, and we'll see. Updog Vegas looked good last night. You're right. Fuck, I probably will end up buying you dinner at Nobu, but it's a win-win for me. So, Printzy, what do we got next, fella?
We're going to keep it in the West here, guys. We're going to switch over to the Central Division, the Updogs St. Louis Blues division. This is a powerful division with, you got your Colorado, you've got St. Louis, Minnesota, Dallas. Now you've got Winnipeg back in that division. You've got Nashville, Chicago, who is very improved. And then now you've got Arizona, who is in the Pacific. They're taking over from Seattle.
This Uppy, I think this is probably
the toughest to pick.
The toughest division
by far. Yeah,
we had Bill Armstrong on this week, and he talked about how the Arizona got moved in that division, and he said that he's like, the travel's going to be hard, and also playing these guys night in night out, it's going to sting us a little bit too. So I need a second on this division here, boys.
Well, here let me start, because I'm going to start from bottom up. How's that? Arizona, sorry, you're finishing dead last in this division. 100%. There's no way that they compete on a daily basis with Minnesota, with Dallas, with Chicago, with
this
Colorado,
division's so
St.
hard.
Louis, Winnipeg, and quite frankly, Nashville. So I'll start from the top. Who do I love? I love Colorado Avalanche. I love the Colorado Avalanche for more than one reason. I love Lamp. Makar. I love Lamp.
I love Lamp.
I love Makar. Bo Byram, he's coming back. He's having a hell of a year. Obi, you talk about them getting Johnson back on the back end, big righty. Okay, so 3D right there. And even Sam Girard, he got moved around in the playoffs a bit. He got beat up a bit in the playoffs. Big reason why they lost was their goaltending. And B, they just couldn't keep up to the Vegas Golden Knights when it became a man's game in the playoffs. But you got to love what their team is built on. It's built on speed. It's built on skill. It's built on toughness. They're built for playoffs. They're built for a long regular season. So the Colorado Avalanche are my favorites to win the Central Division, followed by the Winnipeg Jets. I think the Winnipeg Jets are going to be the best Canadian team in the league this year. I think that it's been disappointment after disappointment in, some playoff appearances for them, but they're always there. They're always a good team. Halifax, fucking great. They got great guys that are in the prime of their career with their captain. I just love their team. Next, I love the Minnesota Wild. I love the Minnesota Wild because they got rid of a couple guys, and they brought in, Goligoski. I like him. I'm going to throw a little Kulikov love my way. He's a guy that can still play, but bringing in there, signing that kid to the long-term deal, Obes, is going to be huge.
Kaprizov, yeah.
Kaprizov is going to get paid. Now, will he play like he can get paid? Let's see.
Those Russians sometimes they get that big ticket up, dog. Their give a fuck meter goes like that all of a sudden when they got all those fucking rubles, bud.
Yeah, I know, but he was basically arm wrestling fucking grizzly bears this summer and carrying around fucking tires while he was probably putting vodka in his cereal and getting just pinned in the morning. So you love the guys that drink at breakfast and go out and work hard during the day. Those guys need to get paid. Those guys need to fucking show off and score goals on the power play. So
I agree. I fucking agree.
Congrats for that payday. You're gonna have to bring in Dean Evason, coach of the year last year. Did he not get the coach of the year? He was up there for Jack Adams Award.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
he
Printzy.
didn't.
Who won the Jack Adams last year?
He didn't get it last year.
Rod
But
the
anyway,
Bod.
Rod the
Rod the
Bod
Bod got it.
Yeah.
Attaboy, Printzy.
So I got Colorado, the Jets. I'm slipping Minnesota in there, and then I'm
Wow.
putting the St. Louis Blues
Wow.
in the wild card. They're going to hammer that. And then I got the Dallas Stars. You know what? I like what the Blues did. The signing of James Neal, man, for $750. I mean, fuck. Call it what it is.
He loves
he can
following you
still score
around.
goals.
He loves following you around, doesn't he?
He can still score goals, Obes. He's got something to prove now. So you get a James Neal with something to prove. Look at what happened when, Pittsburgh gave him up, Nashville gave him up and Vegas picked him up. He had something to prove. He stepped it up. He had an incredible year for Vegas. They went on to, lose in the Stanley Cup final. His second final in a row losing. I think he's got something to prove this year, and we'll see how he does it. He's familiar with some of the guys in St. Louis. He's not going to be happy with the bar scene there, I tell you that much. But he, we'll see how he plays. Binnington's due for another comeback year. Vladimir Tarasenko, expect him to fucking, either play to get traded or play just for, again, something to prove. A lot went on this summer with Vladdy. Hopefully he's healthy and just comes out and plays hockey and helps his team win. Losing Schwartzy's a big thing. That's why I don't have the St. Louis Blues up to where they need to be. But, they still got Schenner. They still got, they bring back Bozak on a good deal. I still like the way this team is built. So then I got Dallas. Then I got the Chicago Blackhawks. Then I got the Nashville Predators. Then the Arizona Coyotes. I mean, there's too many fucking teams in that division. Create another division.
There's so many. And listen, I think I think 5 teams could make the playoffs out of this division. I think both wildcard spots could come out here unless they kick the shit out of each other all year that somebody in the Pacific slides in. But I can see 5 playoff teams coming out of this division. And for me, I got Arizona, Nashville, 7-8. Number 1, I got the Colorado Avalanche. Number 2, I got the Winnipeg Jets. And then from here on in, for me, this is where it gets fucking dicey. And it's a lot of people that I've looked over the last couple of days have different things everywhere, boys. I got the Dallas Stars finishing 3rd because I think a healthy Seguin, a motivated Ben, their back end, the mad Russian in between the pipes. I just think they're going to have a bounce back year under Rick Bowness there. Number 4, I got the Chicago Blackhawks. I think with Kane and Taves and Fleury, the ability for them to score goals was not a question last year. Their back end with Seth Jones and that McCabe kid is a lot better. And Fleury between the pipes. I got the St. Louis Blues finishing 5th and squeaking in the playoffs. And then I got the Minnesota Wild 6th in the division and not making the playoffs. But Updog, as you said, this division, it could go either way. I do believe that 5 teams could make it. But that's what I got, fellas. Prince Dog, what's yours, fella?
It's pretty similar, boys. I mean, it's a stacked division, so it's pretty easy to put them up there. Colorado is obviously the clear-cut favorite. I think they're the clear-cut favorite, in my opinion, to even win the President's Trophy and a Stanley Cup favorite. I'm going the same with you guys. I like the Winnipeg Jets at number 2. I think they're a powerful team. I think they're a good scoring team. They address their needs, I think, that they struggled with last year, and adding a couple more better defensemen in Brendan Dillon and Nate Schmidt. So they lost, 4 birds. So I think they've replaced that really well. They've got a Vezina caliber goaltender. I think they'll do well. I like Uppy's Blues. Like you said, I like the additions they made. Brandon Saad's going to bring some scoring touch to them as well. You hope that James Neal kind of carries on a little bit more because he did the same thing in Edmonton a couple years ago or whatever. He got 4 goals right away, but then really tailored off. So you're really hoping that he sticks up. So I got the Blues in there as well. I'm really high on the Blackhawks this year. I think that the Blackhawks are going to really make a return to form. Getting Jonathan Taves back, getting an all-star goalie, a Vezina caliber goalie, and Marc-Andre Fleury, getting Seth Jones. I think the Blackhawks are going to make a push for that wild card spot. My only drawback on the Chicago Blackhawks is I don't know if that's the right coach for them. I think the Blackhawks, if they're struggling, they might make a change at coach during the year, and whoever they bring in could give them a lift. So I got the Avalanche, the Jets, the Blues, and then I got the Blackhawks squeaking in at the bottom of the wild card. Not sold on Dallas, Minnesota. I'm not too sure about, but I like my teams.
So whoa! You got Dallas in 6th.
Yeah, I got Dallas at the bottom.
Dallas 6, Nashville 7, Arizona 8.
Yeah, just like
so
you guys.
You got the Blackhawks and Minnesota in.
No, I've got just the Blackhawks squeaking in. I've got the Avalanche in, the Jets in, the Blues in, and then I've got the Blackhawks in one of the wild card spots. I have Minnesota, Dallas out.
Who's your 4 and 5 in the division?
My 4 and 5 in the division, I've got Chicago, and then I've got Minnesota.
Okay, so they could slide in at 4 and 5. They could,
yeah, they
okay.
could. But I do believe that I'm on the opposite of you, Obs. I think there's some Pacific teams that are gonna hunt for a wild card too.
You're hoping the fucking Flames, eh? But I'm telling you, I don't know what to tell you. Like, fuck, I don't know what to tell you, fella. But all right, the Central Division, fuck up. I can't wait to see how that unfolds. It's gonna be unbelievable. Looking forward to the games tonight. McKenna's not playing; he's in COVID protocol like the boys. So, Printzy, what do we got next, fella?
Now we're shifting over to the east side, and we're going to do the Metro division, which is a great division. This division has bulked up big time. A fun division to watch. We've got the Islanders, we got the Rangers, you got Carolina in there, you got Pittsburgh, Washington, Philadelphia, New Jersey, and then Columbus.
Ooh. Up, dog. You want to go first? I'm still finalizing my standings here.
Do I want to go first?
This is another fucking tough one here, boys. Like, this is, before we dive into it, Uppy, this is another division. You watched Pittsburgh play last night, right? Before the season would have started, I would have thought they looked old. They looked pretty good last night. Flyers have a way better back end. I'm big on the Rangers. Capitals, are they getting older? I mean, this is another division, up, dog, that, fuck, it's going to be a battle again.
All right. Battle it is, and let's battle this up for another dinner at fucking Nobu.
Okay.
I have the Carolina Hurricanes with Rod the Bod leading the fucking pack. I think Freddie Anderson will be fucking kicking between the pipes. Ethan Bear, nice little pickup. D'Angelo, he's back in the mix after sitting out a year. I think that kid's got a lot to bring. Ian Cole, yeah, he can fill in, eat some ice. Derek Stepan, will he, bring back form? Good player he's brought in. They lose Dougie Hamilton. He was a good player last year. He had a big year. He got paid. Do I think he's worth the money? No. Do I think he should have got paid and went somewhere like New Jersey? Yeah, I would have taken money to go anywhere too. But Carolina's a team that can, man, listen. They are always in the mix right now. Edmondson back there, fucking, they got, Sklavin, great D. I love the way that they play. They play high paced. They play with confidence. And I just think they're a team that believes, but you know what it's like with a team that you've been together, you know each other, your family. All of a sudden you get that belief that you can win and that you should get there. I think that they'll compete with anyone in the East. So I have them at number 1. I have Trotzy and the boys and the New York Islanders at number 2. How they orchestrated all those deals down the stretch, I'll never know.
Fucking Lou.
That's the way Lou does it. Getting Printzy on a solo deal to come in there. Keeping that fourth line intact, the best fourth line in hockey. We say it all the time. I like the New York Islanders. 3rd, I have the Philadelphia Flyers. My boys, the Broad Street Bullies. I love what they've done. I love the guys in the room. Solid veteran team like they were back in the day. Obi, I think fucking it's time that the Broad Street Bullies bring back that energy that they've always had. Then I have the Washington Capitals at 4th.
Wow.
Capitals at 4th. New York
Obi
Rangers.
and the boys.
5th.
Holy fuck!
You're gonna have them up top, aren't you? I have them.
We're gonna have a little bet coming here. Don't worry, we're gonna have a little bet coming. Yeah, Bella.
Okay, so I have the Islanders, Carolina, Philadelphia, and then
you said Rangers. You said Rangers after Flyers, didn't you?
No, I said Washington, but I'm gonna switch that. I'm gonna put the Rangers in at 4th. Then Washington.
Okay.
Then Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Then New Jersey, and then the stinky Columbus Blue Jackets.
And then your favorite place of all time to play.
Yeah.
Hey, how about Rick? Quick shout out to Rick Rowley. He had a good birthday post for you. He goes, "Happy birthday to the greatest player in Columbus Blue Jackets franchise history."
Oh, Rally, he's a beauty.
He's a beauty. Did you see him interviewing people outside the Air Canada Center the
Yeah.
other day? Fuck, someone's gonna arrest this guy. He's a fucking beauty.
He's one of our
Okay,
highest
so
rated
you guys-
guests.
Up
Oh,
Dizzle.
he is, and we got to
Yeah.
get him back on. I can't wait. He's
We'll
the
get him.
man. I never laughed so hard in one interview, I think, than we did with Oura Rings.
As soon as the
But-
Leafs lose 5 straight, we'll have him on.
Yeah.
Obi, that's my Metro. That's what I'm sticking to it. What do you got, fella?
That's the Metro, and that's the Up Dog sticking to her. Up Dog, okay, what do you want to bet? Because I got the New York Islanders winning the Metro division in the brand new building. Their captain's back. Like you said, Sweet Lou did it again. He brought all those fuckers back. They waited right to the bitter end to sign Casey Cizikas, who has been dying for a payday, who still got a nice payday, $2.5 million a year for a fourth liner. But whatever they do in New York, it seems to work. Uppy, you know how I feel about Trotzy. I got the Islanders at 1, Rangers 2. I love Gerard Gallant. I love the toughness with Ryan Reeves, Sammy Blaze, Barclay Goodrow. I just think it's their time to take that next step. Carolina Hurricanes, Philadelphia Flyers, Pittsburgh Penguins, Washington Capitals, and then in the toilet bowl, I got New Jersey and Columbus. For me with Washington, I think they've played so much hockey, and Ovi's just focused on breaking Wayner's record, which is fine by me. I just don't think they get in this year. So Islanders, Rangers, Hurricanes, Flyers, Pitt, Wash, Jersey, Columbus.
What do you got, Printzy?
All right, boys. Pretty similar to what you guys do. I really like the Islanders. I don't think that they needed to add too much from what they did. You know, they added Chara and they added Parise, some 2 good veteran presence on the team. So they didn't need to do much. They almost made it. There's been a couple of years now where they've almost made it. So I think they're going to get over the hump. So I got the Islanders number 1. I got the Hurricanes number 2. I like what they're doing. They've made a lot of good ads. You know, the offer sheet on Kotkaniemi from Montreal. Who knows how that's going to play out? You know, hopefully the guy gets a good amount of points for the money that he's making. So that might be a good one in there too. Third, I do have the Philadelphia Flyers. All 3 of us, we know we're going to be rooting for the Flyers this year for Kevin and the Hayes family too. So we got to cheer for the Flyers that are in there too. My only worry about the Flyers is Carter Hart in net. I know they got some insurance with Martin Jones, but is Carter Hart going to be the guy this year? Is he going to step up and, you know, be the young Carey Price that Montreal had back in the day? Is he going to do it? If he doesn't, then I don't know if the Flyers are going to falter, but I'm still going to put them in there too. I like the Rangers in 4th. You know, I really like Gerard Gallant. I think that's what the team was missing. I don't think they were missing much. I just think they were missing a good coach. Other than some meat, you know, to deal with some of their issues. I think that the adding Gerard Gallant is going to fix a lot for them. So I got the Rangers at number 4. I've got Pittsburgh just on the outside. I honestly don't think Pittsburgh is going to make it this year. I know they looked good last night, but it's 1 game. You got Pittsburgh, Washington, and then New Jersey and Columbus.
Up Dog, what do you want to bet? I'm taking the Islanders to win the Metro. You got Carolina?
Carolina.
Okay, you pick something. I picked Noble. Pick something to bet.
Let's do I was going to say something maybe over at Roger Dunn, like a new golf club or something. Or we get free golf clubs.
Yeah.
Let's do a dinner up in LA.
Yeah. I was going to say night out in LA or dinner and cocktails in LA.
That sounds fucking perfect to me.
All right. And last but not least, Printzy, what we got, baby?
We are heading over to probably one of the funnest divisions here to watch because of a certain fuckfest that we love, the Atlantic Division. So we've got, like I said, we got mentioned the two Florida teams. We've got Florida Panthers. We've got the Tampa Bay Lightning. We've got Toronto and Boston. You got Montreal, and then you got your Detroit, Ottawa, Buffalo, which we kind of know already where they're going to end up. So you got a top-heavy division here, boys.
We sure do. We sure do.
Top
Obi,
heavy.
I think you should take a crack at this,
Okay.
and then I'll follow suit.
Okay, boys. Just give me one little second here to finish her off. But I got the Florida Panthers winning the division. I love the experience, and Printzy touched on it about the sunshine Sunshine State fuckfest that me and Uppy love. They played that 6-game battle against them. I think they gained so much experience. Uppy, your first taste of playoff hockey. It motivates you to train harder. It brings you back to next year, and you're already thinking about playoff hockey again. I just think, bringing in Reinhart, getting Barkov locked up, I just think it's their year. Spencer's Knight's going to be in the mix for the Calder. I'm going Florida, Tampa. Even after the way they played last night, I'm still going Tampa. And then for me, this is the biggest decision in this division, boys, is who's going to make that third spot. And fuck, I've been thinking about it. I'm going to go with the Toronto Maple Leafs for the third spot. Boston Bruins for the fourth. I'll tell you, a team I absolutely love, Uppy, is the Ottawa Senators. I still don't know why Kachuk's not signed. I'll never fucking know. Then I'm going to go to Montreal Canadiens. And then Detroit and fucking poor Buff. Thank God the Bills are good. That's what I got, boys. I got the Florida Panthers winning the division. And I think 4 teams can probably make the playoffs from this division.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
I agree. Although this is not as deep as a division as to me as the Metro. I just think deep. I just don't think deep. Now, yes, I Tampa, Florida, Toronto. They should be like up top of this. They should run away with this thing. But it's hockey and it's 2022 coming up, and quite frankly, things. Sometimes are just fucked up. To me, Tampa Bay, you cannot, you have Vasilevsky for probably 85 games this year out of 82. That guy plays every night, and he's solid. He wants to play. He's gonna steal you games. He's gonna keep your team in it every night. Tampa Bay, to me, will be number one. Shortly thereafter, and maybe only a few wins behind, will be the Florida Panthers. So it'll be the Battle of South Florida, the Fuck Fest. So I have Tampa and then Florida. Then I have the Toronto Maple Leafs. I want Toronto to be a good team this year. I want their star players to step up. I want them to be, I want Austin Matthews to be scoring goals all over ESPN all winter long. I want Marner to get into a position where he's not talked about as a guy that doesn't, show up in playoffs and is only a guy that just, gets his apples and highlight goals. And I want him to be more of a complete player this year. Zach Hyman, do I think he's a big loss to their team? Yes, but I don't think he's worth the money that he made. So, it was a good job not keeping him. I think that Toronto should be in the third spot. And then I have, in a surprising fourth spot, I have the Ottawa Senators. And then I have the Montreal Canadiens. Then I have the Boston Bruins, the Detroit Red Wings, and the Buffalo Sabres.
I like that. Up, Doug. Printzy, what do you got for? Just give us your 1 through 8, fella.
Yeah, kind of similar. I'm a little taken back by the Updogs Ottawa pick there. I
what do you have
like
it.
Well, I think they're a good team.
Stacked.
I think that not having Kachuk is going to affect them a little bit. But I'm just going to go with Panthers number 1. It's fairly, it's fairly obvious that they're a great team. You've got the addition of Reinhart. They've got some young pieces. They're really good. I do think Knight's going to take over the starting net from Bobrovsky at some point in the season. So I'm going to go Panthers 1. I've got Lightning at number 2. Obvious reasons they're a great team. Boston Bruins are still a good team to me. I know that they lost Rask, but they brought Allmark in, so I don't think they're going to be deteriorating at goalie too much, but I'm going to stick with the Bruins. I like the Maple Leafs still. I'm not sold on Mrazek. I thought that Freddie was a better goalie, but they also have Campbell, so they're going to use a good tandem there. So I've got the Maple Leafs in at number 4. And then I'm going to stick with Montreal. I still think Montreal's a good team. I think they made some good additions. They're not with Price right now, but that doesn't matter. Price needs to go get help and get fixed, and he'll return, and he'll do really good when he gets back. So then we're going to go Montreal, Ottawa, Detroit, and then Buffalo. I don't even know if Buffalo would make the playoffs in the AHL. So
I'll tell you what, that fucking Allmark in Boston, he's going to have a little bit more pressure than he has throughout his career. So it's interesting to see how that will pay off. But Yeah, boys. I think one thing we can all agree on, and Updog, me and you as ex-players especially, is how much, how close all these divisions are, how much parity there is in the league. Like, Uppy, these guys cannot afford to get off to a tough start. Like, Matthews is going to miss the first 3 games. Sid's out. McKinnon's in COVID protocol. Like, every game, Updog, and I think you agree with me, is going to be so important that you can't afford to go on too much of a skid, or you could not be able to catch up, Ups.
The start of the season, Obes, is so crucial, not for just your personal, but let's just call it personal success and point production. You want to start feeling it right off the bat. You want to have, you want to play with energy. You want to learn how to get your confidence. You want to find out how to play with a lead and also come back in games. That's so crucial. Like, if you find ways to, Obi, like, come back in games early in the season, it provides your team with such like a jolt of just, stepping on the bus, Obi, after you win a game when you were down like 3-0 in the first period is just like the best feeling. Like,
yeah,
finding a way to win on the road, you got to find a way to win on the road early. And that just has to do with coaching, preparation, having your best players be your best players, having young guys find their role right away. But you're right. The season can be make or break early in the year. Like, those points are crucial down the stretch. So good point by you. I hope all the stars in the league stay healthy. I hope that the best teams in the league, bring it every night, and that hockey's exciting on TV, and that fucking, these guys are going out and battling and providing a great product on the ice for everybody.
Yeah, well said. And any team I was on, Uppy, that by U.S. Thanksgiving, we always wanted to be in a playoff by U.S. Thanksgiving, because if you're out of playoffs by then, I know we still had 3/4 of the year, or, we're 20, 25 games in. But I don't know about you, but that's always what I said to the boys. By Thanksgiving, fellas, let's be in a playoff spot so we can continue to grow, because I found if I was out of the playoffs, it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It was just a weird feeling. You weren't done. You weren't done, but it was like the turkey tastes a little better, up, dog, when you had a playoff spot. You know what I mean? Hey, that night out on Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving, if you're in the playoffs, 100% you're getting laid, 100%.
And then the coach and the GM would never question whether or not, like, you guys get to have your rookie party early in the year, right?
Exactly.
Like, usually if you start off stinking,
exactly.
Not the ref, the GM would be like, pull the captains aside and be like, hey, you guys think you're doing this rookie party? You guys are like, 2 and fucking 14. You think I'm gonna let you do the rookie party?
Schedule doesn't work out.
So if you want your rookie party, win games early, get fucking wins under your belt, learn how to be a good team, fucking do all the right things, and, make the playoffs, because that's the ultimate, is getting into the playoffs, as we all know.
Absolutely. So that the preview show is brought to you by our good friends at DraftKings. That was the divisions. Printzy, what do we got next here for the fellas?
We're going to jump into some award predictions here, guys. I know it's the start of the season. Definitely things can change quite a bit, but we're going to throw out our awards picks. I know we did a couple last year. So the first one that we're going to dive right into is we're going to look at the D-Man. We're going to do the Norris Trophy, and we're going to list off a couple players here for you guys, just so you guys get in the feel of who might be in the running this year. So we've obviously got the reigning winner, Adam Fox. You've got Cale Makar from Colorado. Dougie Hamilton's always in contention. Victor Hedman, Charlie McAvoy, your boy Obi Shea Theodore, and then a little bit of a dark horse, Darnell Nurse. And feel free to go off the board, but those are some of the names that are always talked about.
Up, dog, I'll go first. This is easy for me. I'm heavy on the fucking, like myself, I'm heavy on the fucking Colorado Avalanche up and down the board. Our boy, it's in Printzy's back screen. Cale Makar. The man is going to win the fucking Norris. I'm saying Makar. Up, dog.
I mean, I can't. Fuck. I'm not going to follow you up here and take your seconds here. Although
why? Why? We did our whole career. We did our whole career. Fuck. Eh?
Yeah, totally. I love Makar too. But listen, I've actually chirped this team for not having D, but I thought this guy had a great season last year. If the power play is going to click like it will this year, this guy has a chance. So, you know what? I don't know if you can still put in a bet on this guy to win the Norris, but I'm going to take Darnell Nurse, because there's a chance this guy could get 100 points if he just puts it on McDavid and Dreisaitl's stick. So, this award's been given out to a guy that plays a lot, logs a lot of minutes. Plus minus is always considered. You know, defense isn't really considered, although I think this guy can play both ends. But man, they take into considered points and power play points. So to me, Darnell Nurse is a guy. He's a long shot, but he might win that Norris this year.
I'll tell you what,
and who knows?
That helps my fucking Oilers win the Pacific Division, fella. If he wins the Norris,
sure does.
Hey, that helps me. So I don't mind that. Printzy, who you got?
Does.
I'm just gonna follow suit on Obes. I got to go with Cale Makar. I do think that he should have won it last year. I think he got snubbed a little bit, but no offense to Fox or anything. Cale Makar, he's my guy. We played together, worked together in Alberta in the Brooks Bandits. I saw him when he was 17 years old, breaking guys' ankles, doing the exact same thing. He's my boy. You know, I'm gonna work really hard. I'm gonna keep poking him to come on Missin Curfew. So I'm going with Makar.
Yeah, I think Makar gets it done too. Let's tie in the Hart and Art Ross, because I got a little bit of a fucking I don't know if it's a predicament or a situation, I guess. And Printzy, I may need you to look up the last time this has happened. So Updog, I got Connor McDavid to win the Art Ross, but I got Nathan McKinnon to win the Hart Trophy. Printzy, can you real quick there look up the last time that has happened? Because I think McDavid's going to lead the league in scoring, but I think that Nathan McKinnon is going to be the best player on the best team that's going to give him the Hart Trophy, Updog. So for the Hart, I got McKinnon, and for the Art Ross, Updog, I got McDavid.
I am going to take Austin Matthews to win the Hart Trophy this year.
Wow.
He's going to miss the first 3 games, but I'm expecting big things out of this kid. He was hanging with Beebs all summer. He's in Scottsdale, hitting Old Town, doing his thing. Couple new tatties, some new sneaks, new couple hats. So this guy's ready to do some damage. I see him, not only winning the Hart and the Art Ross. No, not the Art Ross. I see him winning the Hart Trophy. I can't. We'll talk about Rocket after, but obviously he's going to win the Rocket. The Art Ross for most points this year, I think, will go to Connor McDavid. No question.
Printzy,
I got Hart Trophy is Austin Matthews. Art Ross is Connor McDavid.
Yeah. Printzy, who do you got for that? And did you find that stat? Or
I did, actually, and it's quite recently, Obes. It's actually in 2018. Your boy Taylor Hall was the one that ended up winning the Hart Trophy. And it was McDavid that won the Art Ross. So
that's
back
right,
when Hall,
yeah, because he got the fucking Devils in the playoffs on his back.
Yes, he did. Yeah, that was the year. And then I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, me either. He's still making fucking 6.5 a year.
Exactly.
That makes me feel better about my prediction. Okay, Printzy, who do you got for the Hart and the Art Ross, buddy?
With the Hart, it's, you know what? I'm going to go completely off the board this year. And I think on his 4th attempt, I think that Nathan McKinnon is going to have an outstanding year. And I think Colorado is going to have a great team. And I'm going to go with McKinnon over McDavid. McDavid is the obvious choice. I want to have a little bit of fun here. So I'm going to go a little, I guess I don't want to say off the board, but I'm going to go with McKinnon. McKinnon
for the Hart?
And then the obvious choice for the Art Ross is McDavid.
Yeah, exactly. So me and you got McKinnon and
McKinnon
for the Hart. Art Ross, we all got McJesus. And then Updog's got the fashionable cover boy, ESPN, Austin Matthews, which leads us into the next thing, the Rocket Richard. Uppy, you got Matthews. I'm staying with Nathan McKinnon. I think probably Matthews will win it, but for him to win the Hart, which I want, I think he's going to need to win the Rocket, because I think McDavid's going to get, we're going to do over-unders here in a second, but I think he's going to get fucking ridiculous. So I got McKinnon for the Rocket. Updog's got Matthews. Printzy, who you got?
I'm going with Matthews too. What he did last year in a shortened season is incredible. I think that he's going to continue this pace. Hopefully he gets in the lineup soon. He doesn't sound like he's going to miss a lot of games, and I think he's going to have some multiple goal games to make up for some time lost.
Okay, and Vezina, I'm going Vasilevsky. What about you boys?
The Vezina Trophy for me is going to be Connor Hellebuyck.
Good pick. Really good pick. Printzy?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Vasilevsky again. I think Tampa Bay is going to ride him, and he's going to be able to get, I think he's going to put up some big numbers for them.
And last but not least, boys, the Calder. Now, this one, I'm going to go first. I'm going to say the favorite to win the Calder is Cole Caulfield, because he's obviously a great player. He fucking went to the Stanley Cup Finals. You went to conference finals. You know that experience, especially as a young guy, you get to go that deep into the playoffs. it's like playing fucking 3 regular seasons. So for me though, I'm going Uppy's boy. I'm heavy on the Avalanche. I'm going Bo Byram to win the Calder.
Right.
Obi, I love that pick, but I just don't think he's going to play enough on that team to be in the talks. To me, the Calder Trophy is going to be given to a goalie this year, and this goalie is going to be taking over the number 1 job in South Florida for the Florida Panthers, Spencer Knight.
Wow,
he's taking over the job from the $10 million Bobo man. And to me, he's a kid that just has a lot to prove. American-born kid, stepped up in the playoffs last year when they needed it, got him a big win. Big things out of this kid this year in South Florida. So if he stays out of the nightclubs down in Miami, he might have this trophy on his mantle by the end of the season.
I agree. He's a great tendy. Printzy, who you got? Who'd you pick?
I like Uppy's pick. I like Spencer Knight. I think he's going to take over the starting net pretty quick. I don't think it's going to take him very long, but I want to make it a little bit different, make it a little bit interesting, a little more fun to watch. So I'm going to go with Cole Caulfield from Montreal this year. I think he was a big reason that Montreal went far. He single-handedly won them some games in the playoffs. So to actually get a full season with his coach, with his teammates, all that stuff, I think Cole Caulfield's going to be the way to go.
Yeah, he's definitely the favorite. So we will see. Boys, it's great. Anytime you can talk about the best players in the world, we'll see how it unfolds. And like Uppy said before about McDavid and Draisaitl, you got to stay healthy. So to these superstars, please stay healthy out there. It's fun for you to watch. It's fun for our fans. It's great for hockey back on ESPN and TNT. Printzy, we got another little new segment here in our DraftKings NFL NHL preview show. What do the fellas got now?
We are going to do some little rapid fire over-unders here, guys. So I'm going to throw some stuff out at you guys, whether it's goals, points, wins, whatever. You guys are going to pick if they're going to go over or they're going to go under. So I'll start with a question here first. I'll throw it to you, Obes. You're going to go first on this one. Will Connor McDavid in a full season score over 140 points this year?
Yes, he will. McDavid is going to get over... He's going to get like 156 points or something. Ooh. He's going over.
Okay, we got over for
special right there.
Yeah. What do you think, Uppy?
140 points? I mean...
Yeah, he had 105 and 56 last year.
Yeah. Career high 116 in 78 games.
I don't think he's going to be able to do it. I think that number's just a little bit out of reach. I know right now we're talking about the cross-checking and power plays, but eventually it turns back to hockey, not just like a shit show of penalties and everything. It eventually gets back to hockey. In order to do that, you got to play every night. Bumps and bruises can't be an issue. I still think guys, play Connor hard. I want to see him stay healthy. If he stays healthy, there's a chance. But 140 points, boys, is a lot of points. I got him, around the 125 mark. I think 140 is too much.
He's gonna need 156 for them to win that division. So that's why I'm going with the over up dog.
That's true.
I'm going with no, boys. I'm going with no. Same kind of reason with Uppy. I think he's around that 120. I saw him in practice today, practicing one-timers off the half wall there. And I think I've read something about him. He's trying to score more goals this year. So I think you're going to see him trying to shoot a little bit more where he was pass first last year. So I think that might balance out his points a bit. So I'm going to say no.
Speaking as a Flames fan, I just hope he changes his game. You think he's going to change his game? He ain't changing shit, buddy. He's fucking going to be buzzing.
Yeah, he's going to take Goodbranson wide more than once, I think.
Oh, poor goodie.
Yeah.
All right, what's next
one, boys? We're gonna go with the Colorado Avalanche here. I think everyone's got them favored to do really well, maybe even President's Trophy. Are the Colorado Avalanche gonna win over 50 games this year?
Yes.
Take into consideration the Tampa Bay Lightning when they had that outstanding season a couple years ago, they did 62.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're gonna win like 54 games, 52 to 54 games. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I have them doing the same.
Yeah, it's unanimous across the board. I think the Colorado Avalanche are going to be a great team this year. So that was an easy one here, guys. So we'll shift back to a player here now. So Andre Vasilevsky, we've all kind of talked about him in the Vezina with Tampa Bay. Is Vasilevsky going to win over 40 games this year? He's done 30-plus wins 4 times. So is he going to win over 40 games this year?
Yes.
Yes. They don't have a backup. He's going to play every night. Yeah, he's going to win.
Yeah.
You got Brian Elliott.
Oh, Brian Elliott. Yeah, he's still going to get over. He's still going to get fucking Brian Elliott still playing ups. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, good
for
guy.
him. Good for him.
Good
But I
guy
say
that
yes.
plays with. Yeah.
I'm going to say no, boys. I'm going to say he's going to flirt with it, kind of around that 37, 38. So I'm going to say no, because I think they're going to try to play Elliott a little more, stretch it out this season. There's going to be some more back-to-backs. I guess they will get an Olympic break, but he's going to be playing in the Olympics. So I'm going to say no, but it'll be close.
Yeah, he's a Russian machine, though. He doesn't even he'll play fucking every night and drink
True.
a bottle of vodka, like Uppy said. But
Okay, boys. So the next one, we're going to have a little fun with this one. Will the Buffalo Sabres record over 25 wins this year?
no chance. Zero chance. No.
I
don't
bet
think-
this.
I'm
I
gonna go-
bet this.
I don't think they
heavy
want
for
to
them
either.
to go under. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Under
think
on
they
this
want-
one.
I think, guys. I think the saga around this Jack Eichel stuff is going to haunt them. I think the fans are going to be disappointed. I don't see people showing up to the buildings. I see them at the Buffalo Bills games. I see them stinking on the road. I just, to me, that stench is going to hang over that room for a long, long time. So I would say no. I'd say they win 20 games, 22 games max.
Agreed. I think that's unanimous across the board. That one's pretty easy, but you never know. We'll see with Buffalo. They didn't really add too much, but we'll see with Buffalo. Next one, we're going to go back to our boy Austin Matthews. Will he score over 50 goals? Yes or no?
Depends how long he's out for with this wrist injury. It's only supposed to be 3 games, they said. Uppy, you were a forward. I wasn't a goal scorer. The wrist concerns me. I don't know. Like, Uppy, you know better than me, shooting the puck. Fuck. I want to say he can. Healthy, he does it fucking easily. I'm still going to say yes. I'm still going to say yes. Yes, he still does it.
He does it. He gets yes. He pushes for 60 goals this year for me. He's going to miss. Let's just say he misses 5 games on the long run right here. He's going to come back strong like he did as a rookie when he got 4 in one game. There's going to be games he goes off. I mean, if we talk about power plays with this guy's shot, there's a chance he goes, he has a couple games, 4 or 5 goals a game. I mean, do that 3 times and that's 15, 20 goals right there. So I like this guy. I think there's, it's been a long summer for him. I've had wrist surgery a couple, 3 times actually. Came back shooting the puck harder, never hitting the golf ball further than ever. So I like this guy. And, big things for Austin Matthews in 2021-22.
Agreed, boys. Agreed. I think he's going to put up a big year. He's going to have a good year at the Olympics, too.
What else we got?
Okay, boys. So now we got 2 more left. This one's a little bit different here. So is Tom Wilson going to play over 20 games before he either gets some kind of fine, some kind of suspension, some kind of hit that's going to get him hated in the media? So is it going to take Tom Wilson over 20 games to do something?
I don't know, but we got Revo's playing tonight. After we done this pod, I'm going on that couch and firing on Rangers caps because I hope they go off the opening fucking face-off. But for Willie, I hope his suspensions are done, man. I don't know the kid personally. I've heard that he's a fan of the pod. I'm going to say he doesn't get suspended this year. He makes it through. He earns all his money. He plays the right way. He's going to have to fight Revo a couple times, which I'm sure he's got no problem with. But Willie, I want to see you get all your cash. You do not get suspended at all this year.
Yeah, I like the same thing. I'm a Tom Wilson fan. I like the way he plays. Die and breed. He's the unicorn, as our boy Berkey was saying. Plays on edge and has to be effective, but knows the fine line that needs to be walked. And to me, he's going to run over a few guys this year. It's going to be epic. He's going to get some great tilts, but he's going to stay out of the sin bin as far as getting suspended means. And he's a big piece of that team. If they want to go anywhere this year, they need him. So Tom Wilson, stay in the lineup, baby. We need you.
I'm going to go the opposite direction, boys. I'm going to say no. I think he's going to do something. I think he's just not going to be able to hold back. I'm not going to say it's going to be a suspension. I think in the first 20 games, he's going to eat a fine of some sort.
Broadway's looking down right now, agreeing with you, because Broadway was always trying to get Willie dinged down. I'm like, Broadway was a bad hit. He's like, you kidding me? He's taking a run out.
Oh, he was pissed when he got Carlo that one time. So I think he's going to do it again.
About it. So Willie, stay in the lineup, buddy. You're good for the game. We need you.
Last one here, boys. Now that we've got a full season, are there going to be over 300 total fights in the NHL this year? There was 195 in the 56 games. And then the last time we played a full season, there was only 238. So do you think that there's going to be over 300 fights?
I mean, if Tampa and Florida play every game, there might be, because that fucking preseason was a gong show. I was loving it. I'm going to say no. I don't think there'll be over 300 fights. The boy chucking him a bit. I love it. I mean, we talk about fighting beyond the game. I got to be honest. It was opening night only, Uppy, but I didn't see any cross-check penalties, and I also didn't see any fucking body checks. I'll tell you what. You could have that Tampa Pitt game. You could have played your shin pads and fucking that's about it. That's all you would have needed. So I'm going to say the boys are chucking them, but they're not going to get to 300 tilts.
I think that it becomes a man's league again. Yes, stick penalties are going to be, going to be frowned upon. Excuse me, but the men will step up, drop the mitts. There'll be a couple nice, we're back to getting, rivalries and rivalry nights. ESPN's going to push fucking getting in fights. So is TNT. You're going to have fucking Messier and Chelios, sitting on the panel for ESPN, calling it how it is, saying these guys should step up and fucking do something about it when someone picks on your star players. And I just see that, a lot of the younger guys, they're going to want to be hungry to stay in the lineup. And that to me, Obi, you know what it was like when we were kids? That might have meant you had to drop your gloves and show you wanted to be there. So I can't wait to see the fights. I can't wait to watch this game tonight. Might even come over there, Obson. We're in quarantine together.
Come on over, buddy. I got the couches. Hey, listen, the couch is fluffed up. Your spot would be perfect, buddy. Put the feet up.
Fuck you, right? Couple glasses of vino, get some chicky on the Barbie and see what's going on.
Printzy, great job, buddy. Way to step in. I know it's not easy for you. That was our NHL regular season preview show presented by our good friends at DraftKings, who are the best in the business. Get out there, put your money in the DraftKings. And boys, to finish it off, Updog, I know we got some bets in already with some future stuff. I got Florida winning the Atlantic. I tickled the Oilers to win the West. But let's give it right here, Uppy, Printzy. Let's give it our Eastern Conference champions, our Western Conference champions, and our Stanley Cup champions to finish off our podcast here. I will go first. Coming out of the Eastern Conference, I have the New York Islanders winning it just because of, listen, they took to Tampa the last 2 years. Tampa to 7 games last year. I believe the year before it was 6. They got a new building. They got their captain back. Parisi is a good pickup. I like the Islanders to win the East. I got, obviously, the Colorado Avalanche coming out of the West. And I got my boy, Gabriel Landeskog, taking the bucket off, getting the hair perfect in mid-June, hoisting the mug, the Colorado Avalanche up, dog.
Beautiful picks, Obes. I have the Carolina Hurricanes coming out of the East. And I have...
Look, you're big on the Hurricanes. I love it.
And I got the Colorado Avalanche coming out of the West. And
no
just
Vegas,
like you,
no Vegas, Uppy?
And just like you, Obes, I have the Colorado Avalanche finally tipping the fucking feet on the ice come June, lifting Lord Stanley, and putting the fucking that Chiba in the top of that cup, rolling up a couple doobies with that legal fucking Chiba out in Denver, and it's on. Maybe bring that baby to Aspen.
Uppy, you switched. Like last year was Vegas. Now this is just Colorado's year after last year's disappointment. You think they've matured, and boom, you're on them. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
100%.
that.
Unless you want me to take Vegas just so we can have a bet.
Because now we can cheer together. Fuck it. We're on Missin Curfew, same squad, buddy. Last year we were arguing about it. It was fun, but I want to cheer with you. And that way we'll Hey, if the Avalanche win, we're crashing their cup party. I'm telling Landy McKinnon we're fucking coming. So if they win it, we'll be there. Kyle Keefe, beauty.
Yeah.
Princey, who you got?
All right, boys. I'm gonna go a little bit different here. In my East, I really like the Florida Panthers this year. I like the addition of Reinhart. I think that Jumbo is going to help them quite a bit. Watching him on that the Leafs Amazon Prime series was hilarious. He's a good guy in the locker room. I think Jumbo is going to help them out quite a bit. So I got Florida coming out of the East. The West, I have Vegas over Colorado. I think that Vegas is going to continue to do what they do this year. I want to be a little different. I like Colorado, but I see Vegas making it good. I see Vegas. Vegas is going to bounce my Flames. They're going to bounce the Flames out of the playoffs, and to win it, The rats are coming back in Florida. Yeah, I'll be there getting beers from the fans. I got Florida winning the Stanley Cup this year. They're going to fill that rink up. They're going to have the rats back. So I'm going with Florida.
Put some fucking money on that right now, because those odds on DraftKings would be through the roof. I love
Florida.
it.
Yeah.
Stir it up, and listen. If Florida won it, I'd be so happy for Weegs and Montour. So, Printzy, great job stepping in, buddy. I know it wasn't easy. We'll get this going, more flowing as we get going, especially back in the studio. Up, dog. I love you. Hockey's back, buddy. Hopefully we're back in the studio next week, buddy, because it's more fun snapping it with you there and shooting there. So
100%.
But thanks, boys. And then that was Missin Curfew.